board today, Natalie.
All right, today I wanted to talk a little bit about voodoo magic. We're going to talk about the inner workings of the membership committee and answer some of the questions that y'all might have or things that might have come up with you over the last year or so. So, having served on membership committee for 2 years, I can tell you that one of the big struggles that membership committee has is how to communicate with you what's going on inside. So let me give you an example. You invite a visitor, and that visitor wants to join, and the visitor meets with the membership committee, and the membership committee does their due diligence, and for whatever reason, that potential member is not selected to join the chapter. Maybe there's conflict with another person in the chapter. Maybe there's back history where a member comes in and says, I've worked with that person before and they're not reliable. Or maybe one of their references didn't work out. Unfortunately, the membership committee really can't share that with you. Does that make sense? Because what the membership committee is about protecting the chapter. And protecting not only the integrity of the chapter and the referability of the chapter, but also the internal politics of the chapter. Right? I mean, that's the reality is that you may not agree with what the membership committee chooses to do, but they spend time as a group thoughtfully considering each individual issue, and then they vote on it as a group. So when things work out, sometimes you just have to trust. Does that make sense? All right, so here's another thing that the membership committee handles. The membership committee handles interpersonal conflict between, business conflict between members, right? So if there's something going on where a member's not living up to the vows that we gave this morning, the pledge that we gave this morning, if a member's not living up to that, the membership committee is the appropriate group to deal with that. Sometimes those issues that come up are significant, where the member has done something that they shouldn't be doing, or they've done something where they've stepped on somebody's toes and they didn't think properly or they didn't know better, and that person needs to be disciplined. And in some cases, there's a spot where a member gets their nose bent on a joint and they really shouldn't. I give an example that was given to us in education at the annual training session, where a member, the property and casualty guy, complained that the mortgage lender wasn't referring him enough business. Well, that's not a membership committee complaint. Well, what the membership committee has to say in all of those circumstances, regardless of the issue, regardless of the way that it's handled, is we're handling that according to policies. It's been handled. We've spoken to the member in all the ways that are appropriate. And sometimes all the ways that are appropriate is not at all, because the complaint really shouldn't have happened. And sometimes it might be probation, or it might be opening the category. There's all kinds of ways that can happen. But that has to be kept confidential. So, in short, sometimes it can be frustrating if you bring a visitor and that visitor wants to join and all of a sudden that visitor isn't selected. Or we had multiple people in one category a while back who tried to join and the membership committee didn't choose to take any of them. I have no idea why. I'm not ever going to know. They really can't tell us. Does that make sense? So, sorry for that frustration sometimes. But understand that you've got 5 or 6 or 8 people, however many people it is on membership committee in any given year, who are doing everything they can to look out for your best interests. Give them the benefit of the doubt and trust them on it. And understand that what they're trying to do is to protect you and the value of your membership. All right? Anything I can answer on that? Any very briefly, in like 30 seconds or less? Anything that I missed in terms of the voodoo magic of the membership committee that somebody has a specific concern about? All right? Make it a great week.